Hello and welcome to episode 297 of 10 o'clock. The late post-TennoCon 2019 episode of 10 o'clock. I might seem a little subdued right now. That's only because I am extremely tired as we only got off the plane several hours ago. Now, I am MDRLOz. This is Xeno G Lion. And we are going to sit here and mumble continuously about how amazing TennoCon was in a variety of different ways. And you are going to sit there and enjoy it. Isn't that right, Xeno?
You have no choice. You will enjoy it.
You have started this. You will now finish this. That's fine.
Yeah. So, just for everyone's benefit, Loz is currently visiting family while we're coming back. Yeah. Therefore, no webcam.
I gotta go dentist tomorrow.
I wasn't going to point that out, but, you know.
I just get a filling replaced. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Keep it updated. You know, real world link. You know.
Has your filling
No, not at all. Apparently, it's fine. They just think it needs redoing. So I'm just like, okay, there's no pain or anything. And they're just like, yeah.
Like,
sometimes I feel dentists just do it for quotas, but who knows? Anyway.
No, trust me. Like having a filling disintegrate on you is like the worst thing in the world, especially when you're in another country, which I was.
Yes. Well, that's why I waited till after. Well, you say that, but I also worry about if you get any dental work done before going on holiday, and then you go and there's like hasn't settled, there's an air bubble or something, and you get extreme pain on the plane. Yeah.
Anywho, let's move on. So,
yes.
First thing of
not about dentists.
First thing of
emblems.
First thing of the emblems. Just emblems, right? Okay. So, Loz is the clear winner for multiple reasons. Loz, please elaborate on your reasons to why you're the ultimate winner of this week.
Because it is one of Scott Prime's emblems that I actually took off him on the con floor. I have the other one. I will save the other one for a special occasion because it's another I win button. But still, yeah, this is the Scott Prime cosplay, which is amazing. I doubt, unless we're going to have Umbra Scott next year, then he's going to top himself on that because it's brilliant. Right, and then you've done yours is actually really good. It's a shame any other week. I think it's a waste because that's any other week. That's a pretty good emblem.
I don't know. Like I feel it's okay. That's nice amount of detail and everything, but like, what's it got to do with Warframe?
Yeah, it's their emblem. You say that, but at least it fits within the shape. They've done a nice rounded bottom, and the hair is. I bet you it's just to the edge, but you don't feel the edge for the rest of it. Yeah. Still a high quality emblem. I see what you mean, but maybe. On the area where they've got the uniform, they could have added some words or letters, or
they could put. Oh, I'm going to bring it back up for everyone. They could have put like a lotus symbol as the, like the collar of the sailor suit. I don't know.
Oh, right in the middle, like where the clip. Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been really good. Or even at the end of the hair braid.
Yeah, that too. Good.
Yeah. But but it can't win because Scott Prime. Anyway, so that is the emblem stuff for this week.
By the way, that is a real life photo. That isn't something in game. Just
oh no,
just
no, it's a real life photo. But I found it I found it on my travels, therefore it counts.
Yeah, no, it does count.
Amazing.
God damn it.
Right. So anyway, pleasure dusting. Hello, we're back.
We're back
next week. Back to Monday.
Yep. Loz, no webcam. Oh, what the heck is it? No, cancel. What else is there? Oh yeah. So this is the last root beer of Post-TennoCon. I'll be drinking it during this episode and feeling sad that it's the last one.
In fact, you know what? I want to buy a little countdown clock.
What?
Countdown clock. Well, I want to get a little clock, like a little tiny little countdown clock, like an actual. Put on my desk that says like how many days till next TennoCon.
You could make that part of the episode.
No, I feel that's too focused on TennoCon. Maybe we could do it every 10 episodes or something. 10 episodes? Yeah, every 10 episodes.
Yeah, I can do something for that.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be. I just think it's a bit in your face to every episode. Like, oh, TennoCon's coming. It's like that's a bit too much, Let's just have it now and then. But still, I just want something to remind myself. Because TennoCon comes around once a year, just like Christmas. But it brings more amazing things.
Right, okay.
Which we'll get to this episode.
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything else to add to Dojo Dusting.
No, I don't think anything.
Yeah, so last root beer, TennoCon was amazing. We're going to go into further details in this episode. Right.
However, I'll do the general things just to remind people. If you want a chance to win 150 platinum, do go into the link in the description below and click the link to the Google page there. Then you'll see the emblems either this week or last week. So it doesn't matter if it's out of date.
Last week,
it doesn't really matter. There's emblems.
Well, no, I mean, I've had it so many times where people think it's like, oh, you got the wrong emblems on there. You haven't updated.
Yeah, they update once every fortnight, not once every week, because we run this once every fortnight. Please put your in-game alias for the platform that you're on. Make sure your details are correct, and you are in of a chance to win 150 platinum on that platform of choice. You can't repeat entry. Xeno has built his clever tools to stop you doing any kind of cheatery. So
you can repeat entry as many times as you want. It only counts as one.
Indeed, there you go.
So.
Right, and on top of that, if you want, I might as well joke because we haven't done one in a while. If you're interested in getting Xeno's glyph, you need to go on to Xeno Gallion's channel and go find yourself at the current episode of the Arbiters.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I've run out of codes, and I've not been able to actually get new codes for a while.
Okay,
so
I assume there'll be new codes coming.
There'll be new codes at some point. So yeah, I'll have to sort that out.
Okay.
I think actually one thing I want to do for this, because I never sell it, and I should sell it, and this is the Patreon. So good, solid. No, you should support. No, this is a. I'm really gonna start pushing heavily now on the Machinima stuff, and Loz is
doing stuff.
Permitted, to give me a swift kick in the arse.
Oh, okay.
When I'm taking far too long to do this. Right. A large part of the problem is that things like the Arbiters takes like an entire evening, if not two, to put together. The Framecast highlights, again, it takes like an evening or two to put together. I have a full-time job. I'm not going to quit that because it's a lot of cheddar, and I don't think YouTube could actually replace that amount of money coming in.
Not in this day and age, in this climate.
So, now the important thing about the Patreon is it is used to pay my editors to produce the videos, and it just makes my life a lot easier if I can just go, right, okay, here's the budget, and these are the editors that are going to work on it. So I've got 3 editors that currently work on both shows, Arbiters and the Framecast highlights. And if you're considering, hey, I can only support $1 a month, that's not really that much. I mean, it is still a big deal. Even $1 a month helps support. And if you go well, I'll support your Patreon if you do something along X, Y, or Z, you include these rewards, then again, I'm open to suggestions, and I am looking to reward, long-term patrons very soon. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. So
some sort of veterans, some sort of long-term.
Reward. It's a thank you. It is a thank you. Yeah. It's a sign of gratitude, because I know I'm trying to work it out. I've got an idea in mind, but yeah. So because
I just noticed that your last few episodes of the what you call it, the Framecast
highlights,
short ones, have done very well.
Yes. So
much better than the actual video.
Well, okay, that's a fair point. If you want to see the full episodes of the Framecast highlights, please go to youtube.com/PostMaloneGames. Right, so Post-Malone Games. I think the name was a little bit of a mistake, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But no, I think it's brilliant. It's interesting that people are interested. I think sometimes people are interested on more condensed content. Obviously, this has always been and always probably will be a rambly mess, but that is obviously picked and just straight to the point, which people are clearly interested in. That's very well. That's good. That's good. It's good to see things going well. Right, cool. All right, let's move on.
Yes, so that's it. So we're moving on to the cards.
Cards.
Right,
what we had last week.
Cards.
Card number 1.
You just bring it up. Right, so which fight was more intuitive? So I knew you said 86. 68 people responded. 16% said Eidolons. 39% said exploiter, and 44% said the rope-a-dope list.
Why did we take Profit Taker out of this? I think there was a reason why. I just can't remember what it was.
I don't know if... It certainly wasn't on the written list that I had added to the document, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's why. So
I think that one actually was actually told you all the steps, didn't it? I think it does mention about the element types. It does mention to blow up the things when they appear.
Yeah.
Whereas these fights didn't. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. So rope-a-dope list was the most intuitive and Eidolon's the least. So that's kind of good, actually, because you see that it's progressing. They're more easier to understand as you go.
I'm not wanting to pick a fight, but I don't agree with this.
I do. Eidolons are a mess.
No. I don't agree that the rope-a-dope list is a more intuitive fight. There is no other fight that you do where you have to attract a boss to a bug zapper. That's the... At least I can't think... Is there one?
It's not just... No. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's that you try the boss, and maybe first time you're like, I don't quite get what I'm doing. You have a quick scan of the environment and go, oh, there's a thing. Let me try that. Intuitive isn't just that you glance at it with a quick glance and just figure out exactly what it is, or that this
but that is what intuitive is. That's you go on past experience to influence what your actions are. It's like why the whole reason why people kicked off on...
that's not... Yeah, definitely. No. But you're literally saying that intuitive is defined by the existence of prior objects being reused, and that's not what it is at all.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Using or based on what one feels to be, even without conscious reasoning, instinctive.
Fair enough.
So it's more that... I mean, I see what you mean by the bug zapper thing. It is a unique part of it, but I think that the concept... You do it the first time, I don't know, we've got to get it in. Look, there is an object. It's in the environment. I know I have to do environmental things in other fights, not specifically leading something to a bug zapper. Yeah, that's really unique. I don't...
Not only that, but getting it to shoot the bug zapper.
Getting it to shoot things is similar to the orb on the lure tile set, you could say.
The orb on the lure tile? Oh, that one. Okay.
There you go, if you wanted to say that way.
He's talking about one of the lure rooms.
You also do it in the second room.
Do you?
You have to do it in the second room. Pretty sure. When you first meet it. Or no, is it second dream or is it...
No, I swear it is the second dream.
Could be second dream, yeah.
Swear
that's when it first turned up, yeah. So there you go. So everyone has to do it, so there you go.
Yeah.
Next card, R/procs too powerful. What?
Oh, sorry, hold on a second, card. What, Loz? What, Loz?
Wow, anyway, why didn't you read the numbers out for
67 people responded. 14% said that they didn't know, didn't care. 31% said yes, and 53% said no. Did we get any comments?
One, but we'll get to that in a... Oh no, there's only 2 comments in the whole thing. That was really worth looking, so I'll read this one out. So it was from... Nick Evans, and for some reason I can't maximize. There we are. The current thinking is that Nick Evans put a really interesting description, but I think he summed it up very well in his last line, so I'll read this up. The current thinking is that the status for impact is CC and puncture is utility, while the status for slash is for damage. But because damage is currently the king compared to the CC and utility, I say screw both of those and give each type its own status that increases damage. I can see what he's saying there. So yeah, utility, CC, and damage is what the 3 different IBS damage types are supposed to be. And so they're just, damage just is king. So just make them all damage. And I think maybe that's what people are saying here, and I appreciate that. It's R/procs too powerful. No, /procs are fine. The problem is the others. And like they've done with the Arc Wings, where they've given everything blink, maybe we need to give the other IBS ones just damage ups in different ways.
I get where you're coming from, but I really hate the mentality that DPS is best score.
Well, it's more the fact that you haven't had anything to the game where DPS isn't the best option. Trials was a good example of a thing where it wasn't the best thing, because you just killed mobs, more mobs would come. I think if you just held the mobs in CC, you actually stopped more mobs spawning. So there you go. That's the example of how you want to CC things. But they got rid of trials, and everything now is just kill it. So,
but even so, the utility of something like corrosive projection right? That is better than any other DPS aura out there, but no one wants to use corrosive projection because, oh, you need to have it for the Grineer only. I'm like, no, who cares? Like, my damage output isn't influenced by the type of enemy. Sorry, by the fact of
Corpus and Corrupted as well.
why would it work for Corrupted?
Because some of them are Grineer.
Yeah, but they don't have armor.
They do, don't they?
No.
Corrupted Grineer don't have armor.
No, I don't think so.
I'll look this up.
Yeah, please do. But yeah, but like, you know, I've had people kick off about it, and it's just, yeah, whatever. I much prefer corrosive projection than any of the, oh, let's increase my damage output. Like, no, let's decrease their defense. Right. Do you want to add anything to this, or should we move on?
Corrupted Lancer alloy armor.
Oh, sorry, Corrupted. I thought you meant Infested. I apologize.
Corrupted Butcher ferrite armor.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I genuinely thought you meant Infested.
Oh, no, they don't. We looked that one up last time.
Right, so next card.
Yeah, the last card.
Right, last card. Do nullifiers need adjusting? 68 people responded. 19% wrongly said yes, and 80% rightly said no.
No.
Yeah!
I will fall on the side of the majority in this one. I don't think they need adjusting. I did see one, I'm not going to read it out, but there was some person who said that we basically just look at topics, and when we see people's description mistakes, we just like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. That nullifier topic, I feel there was some good points in there, and I felt I addressed those because there was some inconsistencies with secondary fires off weapons. Brilliant, bring this to attention. That needs fixing. That is something right away. There should be consistency. But then there was things like, oh, I want to do status effects to the weird drone that I can already crit. The drone that was added purely for one-hit weapons to have an effective thing over rapid-fire weapons with nullifiers. Oh no, I need to be able to status it as well. Why? Why? There was so many. No. So as for this topic, personally, I think nullifiers are in a very good place. I don't think they even need things like the drone, but people say they do. They're in a good place, and that's my view on it. Yeah. Yep.
The thing is that some of the stuff that they were proposing, like the infinite stunlock stuff, was just like, no, this, no, bad. Yeah, they wanted, was it Impact to just stunlock things?
No, that wasn't the nullifier topic, was it?
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, my bad. Nullifier topic. What was the bad thing about that?
They pointed out some very good weapon inconsistencies with things like the infested. Oh God, I forgot its name now. The infested scythe that spews things when you use it.
Oh, the cost assist.
Cost assist. On the tip of my tongue. Yeah, that it wouldn't, but the torrid gas bubbles do. Things like that. That was really that was a good thing to point out. But then they had other things where they were like, if the drone is a mob or an object like a barrier, we shouldn't be able to crit it, but we can crit it. If we can crit it, why can't we status it? And it's just like, it's just part of the mob. At some point, gameplay has to come into play. That literally is a pure gameplay addition so that you can interact with nullifiers in a whole new way, and to give low fire rate, high damage weapons a way to deal with nullifiers quickly. So it's down to skill rather than just pointing and shooting, spraying, praying them. And yet they're like, no, this isn't good enough. It needs to have this sort of thing. I was like, no, this is just a waste of time. There's other things that need dev time than this. Yep. So I think nullifiers are a pretty decent place. It's pretty interesting seeing us well, because we haven't had a nullifier topic in ages, which is probably a sign they're in a pretty decent place.
Right. That's the cards. Let's move on to the Patreon questions.
Cool. Got quite a few this week from 3 people. Ooh, okay. We got some from Zrugal, Blaze Rios, and Ejodai. So Zrugal, and you've actually applied to one of these, so I don't know if I'm reading out. Okay.
No,
Did you enjoy
it's to clarify.
More as an attendee than as
special
a partner,
as a special guest,
or as a special guest, or was it less glamorous? Do you mean special guest? Yeah, that could think of the term. There's advertising the panels. I will say it is really nice, and it is a great privilege to when you get to be there as a special guest, and I think it's great. They have different people every year. It's good things. And oh god, we had Joey, Omnivoice, Stella D. I know there was more people, but they just really stood out in my mind. Everyone that had a special guest were amazing this year.
Yeah.
As for experience yourself, it's a bit sad because you don't get to enjoy anything else at the convention, really. You are literally shepherded around. Go here, go here. There's like a 4-hour block, I think, or at least a 3-hour block where you are. But no, it's probably a 4-hour block because you're preparing. So you're getting ready. Then you have your hour-long thing on stage. Then you do an hour of signatures. Then you do an hour of judging for the cosplay. That's 3+ hours there already, and that's the majority.
It's also the meet and greet that we had to do.
Meet and greet, yeah, that's another thing they have to do.
Pretty much, you are busy from midday till 5 p.m. And before was it 5 p.m.? Yeah, before they used to have a 2-hour window before they started doing Tenno Live. This year they only had an hour window, which was actually kind of surprising. And
so much to fit in, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was longer. I prefer it that way. I'd rather have an hour wait than 2-hour wait.
Oh, definitely. I think mainly because the art panels used to be on a different stage, or that's how it used to be, things like that. But so yeah, so there was lots of stuff to do on the con floor this time. I got to actually see some people. It was really nice. Got to get some merch. So the different experiences, they are so much more different. It's great to be a special guest, but then you are part of the con, or a functional part of the con, and you don't get to see anything. So it's a trade-off. Strugal then asks, was it you D. Megan pointed to when she was on stage and says, I see a Xeno right there?
Yep, that was me.
It was, and I was laughing because that was hilarious.
Do you remember why she said that?
It was somebody's. She didn't mean Xeno's in with an X. It was something with a Z.
Yeah, so they had like the question was on the Samara Showdown, which relic doesn't exist? And it was Xeno with a Z,
Xeno,
right?
Yeah.
And she said, like, just off hand, like, yeah, I see a Xeno in the audience. And, like, we waved at each other.
Yeah. Strugal. Next one. Are you happy enough with the player launch function from Railjack, or does it need to be an actual cannon to launch Loz out of?
Nope, that's good enough. I'll just start screaming at him profusely until he launches himself.
Oh, God, there's going to be so many videos made of this, isn't there? And I'm pretty sure, I can't confirm, I'm pretty sure they had it in development before Xeno came up with it. So or literally they're watching Xeno's thing like, my God, we need to launch people out of cannons.
Well, it was funny because Skyers, who we had on for 250, like, we ran into him in the after party afterwards. That's when the after party typically happens. And he was like, my God, when he sees it, because he saw it 2 days beforehand, when Xeno sees this, he's going to lose his shit.
Oh dear. Next reply, how are you recovering after your trip, both of you? I'm very tired.
Yeah, quite tired.
However, thanks to my brother, we at least got to have the use of some exceptional facilities that basically revived us upon landing of our red-eye flight, which was amazing.
Being able to have a shower at the airport is like, holy crap, I didn't know I was missing it so much.
Magic. Blaze Rio says, did you find bagged milk?
No. You know they have that in Canada, right?
I saw it in cartons, but not in bags. Fine, fair enough. Yeah, okay. Blaze Rios also says, did you see a moose? No.
I saw one on a keychain. Does that count? I also saw one holding up a... Oh, God, was it a shot glass? Does that count?
Yeah, that's about it. Ijo Dai says, how would you feel about people that got a ticket but didn't manage to get to TennoCon at day D?
D-Day, probably.
D-Day?
I don't know.
Like 1945?
I assume it's just like the day of the convention.
Well, it's very sad that happens, but there's normally extenuating circumstances. I assume they didn't intend to not get there in time, but they did the best to get there. But also, I assume maybe this is linking into the fact that if you don't make it up there, you don't get your bag and things. D can't ship it out because it's just too much effort and just so many
it's
people.
part of the terms and conditions.
It is part of the terms and conditions, but sometimes for some of these bigger conventions that are, I'm talking about the big conventions, they can sort out. But that's because they're normally ready to send out packs to people. D doesn't really have the facility to send it out, so if you can't get there, too bad. Sometimes though, if you can make it up the next year, if you ask very, 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 very nicely, that they might even hold it for you. If you ask the right people, but. I wouldn't. If you're really lucky, but they might not. But they can't. If it's very sad if you can't make it up there. But if you bought a ticket and you weren't even sure you could make it, that's just crazy. Why would you're just stealing tickets from people who can make it or would like to make it?
No, I mean, like as you said, there could be extenuating circumstances. Like someone may have had every intention to go out there, but they couldn't, and it's just like, oh crap. I lost my job. You bought the ticket, but then you lose your job. Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen, exactly.
Yeah, that's not malicious. And again, likewise, you might be expecting some money coming in, and something happens, or your car crashes, and you have to repair the car. Yeah, exactly. So,
but sadly, the conditions are on the ticket when you purchase it. It's so many people that it's taking them a week or more to hand out all of the Twitch Prime things they're expecting because there's 400,000 people watching. The numbers are crazy, and I think sometimes we forget that D isn't. Sometimes like, oh yeah, D, Warframe's getting bigger. What?
The root beer exploded on me.
Oh, that's good. I was expecting that's good. I was expecting I forgot to push record again. Now checking if he's recording.
No, I am recording. I'm just going to have to sit here now with... hold on. I'm going to turn off my webcam for a second.
Right, I'll just ramble for a minute then. So, Warframe is obviously amazing, and they are just blowing out of the water, coming up with bigger and bigger things to give us to full free every year. However, at the end of the day, they're still not a huge games developer. They don't have a publisher with unlimited funds in their back pocket to cover issues like when companies forget to send out canvas bags. They're going to be like, oh, we'll do this in 6 months and here's the money to do it and just sort it out just so that they get those PR. D is a much smaller company, and though they're doing really well, it's a bit harsh to expect like magic from them for these kind of things. When you buy the ticket, you're entering into the thing that you've got to get there. I don't know what much more to say about what particular Ejo Dai says feel about people who don't get there. But if you can't make it, it's really sad. But that's how it is. I do notice that they do send out the digital codes because I did find it for my brother who had to have his code. They send those out early, so at least you will be obtaining those, no matter if you make it or not. Which is at least something you can take away and remember that you signed up for anything. So there's that. Yeah. Right, that's it for the Patreon questions from Xeno Gellion. Let us move on to the next section, which I am going to give Xeno some more time. There's only one thing. Oh, yeah, it's just the comments. Now, there was only 2 comments. I've already read out one from Nick Evans about the different IPS damage types. The other one was Pepper, and I see Pepper says, if I remember right, you mentioned recently that D.E. Scott told you once that they planned on aging the operators. Is that correct? And if so, when was that? It wasn't D.E. Scott, it was D.E. Megan, and I think it was in episode 200 of 10 o'clock, because, when he's back, will probably correct me. And, yeah, I don't think they went into much detail what it was, but I think it was more described as aging over time. And now they've got Planes of Deviri, where you're obviously doing a big jump. I don't know, maybe that's what eventually ended up with the aging thing, but that's where it's ended up now. Zeno? So Xeno has clearly, I can't even see because I never actually get to see his webcam. So I'm just going to sit here and just talk. I don't know why. How bad can it be? You always got to worry about splashback on a shaped drink. Did he just hold it up and go, look, it's the last root beer? It's going to have none of it left. It's going to be flat, isn't it? Genius. The man is probably gone. Oh, well, I can't really talk too much about TennoCon because I know we're going to do that in the next topic.
I'm back.
When we get there. Oh, good, you're back. Was it episode 200?
What?
So I moved on from the last thing from Ejo Dai, which is the last of the Patreon questions, and just doing the only other community response. Yeah, 200 Megan was when she said about aging. But they kind of mentioned it's more like aging over time. I know they didn't go into too much. She didn't go into too much detail, did she?
No, I think she said that we would be able to customize it, but there was no further details, because that's also when we discovered that Ballas was actually still alive.
Yes, indeed. Right, well, that's it for the comments from last week. We've done the Patreon questions. Let's move on to the topics of this week, Xeno.
I'm so glad that I set up the controls for the webcam to be for mine as well.
Okay. Good.
Well, so I could easily just turn it off. Right.
And so you could clean your naked body with the root beer.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past me. Right, so topic 1 is modding for negative... Nope, that's the wrong thing, sorry. So, the new player experience just completely negates the second dream. Topic 2. Thank you for watching TennoCon 2019, a post-TennoCon synopsis. And then topic 3, which isn't really a topic, our experiences from TennoCon. So this might include stuff post outside of the actual convention that we can talk about.
We're going to talk about topic 2. It'll just be read the OP, read the replies, and then just ramble.
Yeah. Right. So
anyway, so topic 1.
Topic 1. Right. It's really, really short. Welcome to the game. Here's the super mythic truth. You're a space kid. I'm not happy with this jumping of the gun, that's what people believe was going on.
Right, well, first of all, it's been out for years.
Yeah.
I am aware that a lot of people do a good job of never trying to spoil the second dream. However, it's never going to have the same impact because people will probably
see an operator
on something, see an operator or pick up some, what's that, and maybe see one in Cetus or something, so or see it on a stream. There's things that can happen. So though it is kind of like, I feel, a community's best kept secret, as we attempt to let people experience their own, it's not possible to completely insulate people from it and hide it.
Yeah.
Secondly, I like that they're leaping the gun. We have no idea what that was.
Yeah.
It could be indicating an operator. It could be indicating the spirit of Margulis. Where did they get those lotus flowers from? And why were they putting them there?
Still in my theory.
Oh, okay. I think maybe I must have heard you say that at the pub while we were drinking at one point. Yep. So yeah, I also think that it's more... Okay, it's also more of a callback. Because the game needs to move forward, the game needs to update. And this way, if this game was released now, this is the problem. People are looking like, oh, but that's an operator. That's your operator. That's not my operator, for one. Yeah. My operator looks completely different. That operator is also not wearing a Zaraman Zero suit.
Yeah.
So that's not the operator in the pod right now.
Additionally,
they come out with the same suit. Everyone's operator comes out with that suit, and they've been in that suit for thousands of years. They're not in it.
Additionally, I want to point out that the operator... So we don't even know if it is actually an operator, because the Grineer do not show any indication that they can see that character. Right?
Yeah, the scene is more that they're moving forward, then the character responds to the Grineer and runs forward to the shrine. But when the Grineer move in, it's not like, oh yeah, we were chasing that little girl up here, or where'd that little girl go?
In. They just walk.
Yeah, there's the energy pulse sort of flying in there. They don't even pay attention to that.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing you see in the same shot with them. You don't see the kid with them. So they don't seem to care, like, oh, quick, let's put this in a bottle, or like, what is this energy? Something special? No, they're just like, oh, what's this room? Oh, there's some statues over there. You know, they don't, it's like they literally don't see it.
Like, my fan theory is it's just a pre-Lotus Helmet representation of Margulis. Not actually Margulis herself, because we all know she's long gone. Just... they're putting down the lotus flowers as some kind of conduit to reactivate the Warframes. Right?
I think that's maybe. That could be. Yes, very good. That might be. But I think we're all overthinking
it also might just be something flashy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a visual element at the start of the game to put the idea of kids, oh, what's this kid about, in your mind, so that when you get that callback, you're like, oh yeah,
that was me all along.
or it was alluding to you. It's like it literally is super vague. And remember, this is one of the first times we actually had like a director of a film do this.
That was awesome.
It was awesome, but you also, when you get film directors, even though this guy's a fan, which is cool, but film directors like to go make up your own mind. Like at the end of Inception, was he still in another layer of the dream? Make up your own mind. That's the kind of thing you get from them. So it's more like, it's like the idea of an operator. I mean, are the lotus flowers even there when the lightning strikes?
I don't know. I mean, we could bring it up and
have a look. See if you see them.
Right. Okay. So let me just pause the video.
I mean, it's just a narrative device, really, isn't it? This girl.
That back on. I agree entirely. So we're looking for.
I mean, if you're going for literal examples, she was in the water, upside down of the earth. That's where she wakes up, but then she comes out of the water, so she's the lady of the lake. I don't know. The lady of the lake. There we go. IGN has it if you want to find a link to it.
No, it wasn't that. I'm pretty sure it's also on Play Warframe, but
yeah.
No, it's this weird searches related to. Has YouTube always had that?
I don't know.
Okay, let's have a look at IGN. Right, so patch that. Get over here. Pause this. Alt tab to bring up the. Cool, that's my email. Also. Stupid idea. Okay, let me just create a new element. Keep talking.
Well, I think that's pretty much it. As for it ruining the second dream, it's not because of the way the Tenno go to sleep and wake up. There is no indication of the truth that we all know, that there's an operator inside or at a distance controlling the Warframe. That is never indicated. You even see them saluting to something. You don't even see what. So it doesn't even show that. You don't see anything with cryopods. If this is all we knew, let's say this game was released today, the idea that there's a kid in each of those suits, from that, no, there's no link to it. I think this person is just using their own knowledge and then feeding it back and saying it ruins the second dream. It doesn't. And the new experience, even if it did, let's say it did, okay, I'll bow to this and say, let's work on the concept that it does. We lose a bit of the secrecy of the second dream, a bit of spoiler in it, but we're hopefully going to get a new player. I assume, because obviously all we've seen is a CG cinematic at the moment. I assume we're going to have a update to the new player experience where you either get to play 3 Warframes or choose them and then move on, and you start. I'm thinking hopefully you start on Earth, and I'm hoping you go from Earth to a mission, and then you get dropped off on one side of the plains, and then you head to Cetus, and then that's your method of going into space. So it kind of flows from that. That'd be really cool.
Okay, should we take a look at this?
Yeah, I thought you were just going to click through yourself, but okay.
Well, no, I was just gonna.
You got a link for me?
Yeah, I was going to, but then of course I screwed up. So let me get you a link. Do you want a timestamp as well, or? No,
I can click through. It's fine. Just give it, or you can just tell it to me.
Currently at 5:07.
Yeah, I mean, it's not make a big thing of it. Just
So,
oh yeah, no, the lotus flowers are there. Oh no, yeah, they are there.
She unhoods herself.
Oh yeah, no way.
Then they're there still. She's disappeared. Here are the.
Can't see me that long shot. Then lightning's going to strike them. Yeah, the weather. Yeah, weather. Yes, they are still there.
Yeah. So they're still there on in front of all 3. So they could literally be there to conduit the lightning. To
fair enough if you want to say that, but if they are, that means they are physically there, because we see them there with the grenade, and the grenade don't really respond to her light. I assume she disappears into energy, and the grenade energy, that's just a normal occurrence.
Yeah.
But they're physically there. Now, the operators, we all know, are in the moon. How did they? It can't really be the operators or our operators.
I've had some people turn around and say like, not all the operators are in the moon because of Rel. That's it.
Yeah, but Rel was special. So
Exactly.
Didn't even know about Rel. Also,
do you know why Lotus didn't know about Rel? I'm not quite sure if you're still there or if you disappeared.
No. Why?
Because apparently, and I didn't realize this, so I didn't know about this until more recently, Lotus was created from the memories of the Tenno, right? So when Margulis was just killed with the Jade Light, nothing was recovered at all, but it was the memories of Margulis from the Tenno that were used to create the Lotus.
So she only if a Tenno if she wasn't created, if there was a Tenno who wasn't used to create her, she would thus have no knowledge of them.
Exactly.
She only has the knowledge of each person's personal experience.
Yes. So that's why Margulis could have just rejected Rel, but at the same time, Lotus not even know about Rel.
Right.
Interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting. And also probably just a narrative fudge to make all this work, but still.
Yes. Right, okay.
I'm waiting to see how the Vor narrative fudges, because this also might get us get Revol's prize, because we don't care about Vor anymore. It's like, but why? So we'll have to see how that works. But still, if the Lotus Flower is actually there, that means that whatever entity or force that is, put it there and move the flowers around or deliver indicators, like beacons to get lightning tap. Don't care, whatever it is. Our operators are in the moon. The moon is in the void. We are asleep. We go, because we wake up and we go in the Warframe first of all. So it's definitely not us.
Well, I'll point out another thing is.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, go. And I'll say anything.
Another thing is that what you're describing is from the first operator's point of view, right? What if you're not what if you aren't the first operator to wake up? Yeah. So that could be another operator waking you up for the Lotus.
Yeah, I was also thinking, this could be a completely new character.
Yeah.
That just appears in the new player experience, and maybe it's like a remnant, or as you say, another Tenno. Though it seems a weird way for a Tenno to wake you up.
Oh yeah. No, don't get me wrong.
Actually, yeah, that's kind of going. Do you remember the original Excalibur trailer? Waking up, there is Nyx, Frost, and Ash already woken up, and there because they come save him. So that would kind of bleed in as well. Yeah, you're not the first to wake up. We'll see. But then, actually, one thing before I forget, I was going to mention is the thing with Second Dream. Is it alludes at the Second Dream, War Within, in fact, all the quests.
Sacrifice, yeah. All the cinematic quests.
They never allude to any other Tenno.
Yeah.
And I'm really gonna start grilling this again on. I did it after War Within, and then and Steve was like, well, no. The quests make no mention to other people. Now, it really annoys me because you're the only one that escaped the moon. The Lotus came to your Lisette to save you. Stalker went after you. The Queens wanted to use your body. It doesn't even allude to other choices. Like, the Queen could have said, the little Queen could have gone, we can go for one of the others. And she's like, no, this one is the one I want.
Yeah.
This is my special one. Yeah, this is my choice. Something like that. Or if we had Ordis saying, detecting multiple Lisettes leaving the moon.
Yeah.
Looks like other operators made it out as well.
Like, the thing that...
Some allusion to other Tenno, because to be honest, by the lore of the game, we seem to be the only Tenno in, and the other people just magically turn up out of nowhere. They're just specters.
Yeah. And, like, it very much suffers from the anime power fantasy, where one character is so well developed and super awesome and super powerful, but the other characters, they're just like...
Protagonist, you are the strongest person in the world, and you will be the ultimate warrior who will stop them, who is prophesied to save us all from the evil bad.
That was amazing. I wish I could have that as a phone text message tone. I'm not.
Oh kidding. No, I'm just copying a little Karibo did for one of his movies. Protagonist.
That
It's brilliant. I love little Karibo.
But yeah, even so, so.
But you know what I mean. You get what I was alluding to. It's like, you are the special. You are the special.
Yeah, like it's more. I feel it's more apparent in like anime and things like that than it is in like comics and things like that.
The trope, you mean the trope of the
yes, yeah. Because like even so, you know you have like superheroes like, oh, why don't you get like Thor off world? Why don't you get like Black Widow? Oh yeah, she's dead. Why don't you get, there's still references.
Captain Marvel, how dare you say her name?
Yeah.
Invoke her name.
Yeah. So like you can make references to other characters to acknowledge that they exist. Thumbs up. It was a problem with Thor Dark World. Why didn't Thor get the Avengers involved? Right?
Yeah.
There was no rhyme or reason to why not. And this is a very similar situation. And I'm not saying that DE aren't trying their hardest, but there are such minor quality of life changes to the script that would make it like, woo! Anyway.
No, it's just a oversight is all. The problem is, I think they are really focused on providing you with an amazing experience, with an amazing narrative, and that is great, and they do deliver on these points. However, it has to fit into the wider world.
It's the pulp, right? It's one of the reasons why I love Tarantino's movies so much. He puts pulp in his movies so they feel more realistic. You know what I mean by that, yeah?
Yeah, the little details, basically.
Yeah. So like the little stupid conversations that have no relevance on the plot, but it's a conversation someone would have.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It turns cardboard cutouts, we are the people in distress, you must save us, noble hero, into actual people who need saving.
Also, I want to point out that the character, if you're going to make me bring it up again, like, the
protagonist?
The operator. The operator.
The hooded person.
Yes, the hooded person that was in that trailer. Like, she doesn't have scarring. She has a proper tattoo. Like, down the right side of her face. And the weird node things, the connector things, like they're not like any of the ones that the players can use.
We're also seeing braided hair with metallic ring, quite Cetus-based clothing, I'd say.
Yeah.
I know I'm not saying it's exactly Cetan clothing, but it's clearly made of simple cloth and fabric.
Yep.
I mean, the hood has some metallic bits, and then you get to see. Yeah, I mean, they've got a ripped sort of belt area. The shoulder looks quite ragged and tired. If anything, maybe this is just the spirit, as you said, like the spirit of the Lotus. Because obviously thousands of years have gone by, and maybe she's just watching the different areas where there are Warframe sleeping.
Yeah, I mean...
And thus she was awoken.
This could just be a Lotus operative, like a bondage bob or something.
No, I meant more the I think you were alluding to, it's like the pre-helmet form.
Oh, yeah. But
and
like,
she was sleeping in the water, because obviously Grunier have gone, thousands of years have gone by, and she was just sleeping there. Or the idea or the spirit of her sleeping nearby, and that's just the visualization of her waking up her Tenno, you know.
There's going to be something to it. Don't know what it is. It could be as simple as, oh, we thought it looked cool, to, oh no, there's a plot thing for this. Anyway.
The thing is, at the moment, it's just a cinematic. We just have to see how it plays into the actual gameplay of it. Yeah. First reply. What does that intro say? Where does that intro say anything about the operators?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't actually. Next one. If you actually watched the video and heard what was being said, you know that the kid in the video is not a space kid, just someone that found the monument. Why the legend of the Tenno was being told, or when? But they disappear into a pile of energy. So I think there's a little bit more to it than that.
Also, it's like that person didn't find the monument. They were clearly heading right for it.
Yeah, the next one. Oh yeah, with an offering. Yeah. Like, oh no, I was going to eat these, but I'll put them here next to these decaying statues of old things. That's what I do. I commonly go down to medieval statues and just put
Sandwiches.
Flowers, sandwiches next to them in the hope they're going to wake up. There's some lions in London. I keep doing it. One day they're going to wake up and save me. It's true.
Yeah.
Next one. The entire video shows that this person was a survivor of whatever tragedy the Grineer caused and found the Tenno monument and was praying for hope. Literally nothing else points to this person being an actual Tenno. For all the new players knows this was just a memory or her prayers being answered at a cost. I could actually see that. I mean, it's obviously they just disappeared energy, which the thing is we see the energy. If they just vanished, maybe it would be that it's sort of like out of time displacement, that the Grineer actually been here multiple times, and that this is some girl who just came here to pray for help, and she's actually dead and we don't see her body, kind of thing. Maybe there is that element of it, to actually, yeah, that's another thing this is showing is the early on we used to all complain and be like, oh, you never would encounter NPCs and colonists. This is kind of showing you in a very subtle way, you probably don't even think about it, the relationship between the Grineer and other humanoids. Humanoids run from Grineer. You get that feeling from the trailer. Even if you don't know who the character is, you see her running away from Grineer. Grineer are scary to her. And it's giving you that information. So, yeah, that's a key point. What are you going to say?
Well, yeah, okay, so we know that she's getting away from the Grineer destroying something crazy.
Yeah.
But we don't know if she's from there. It's safe to say she is. Kind of weird that she just wakes up in water like that. Don't know the cause of why she's in the water. But, like, it just feels...
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is something I'm thinking of. Maybe she is just a normal girl. Fell into the water while carrying lotus flowers because she thought that all the people were a family, whatever, killed by Grineer. She likes lotus flowers, she carries them. And then gets teleported out.
Well, that's what I was thinking a moment ago. The Lotus could have actually teleported her out.
Because she needs a new vessel to consume.
I hope not. Anyway.
But no, equally, she could just be teleported out, and that's why you see the particles. Yeah, as at least people are saying, she's just praying for hope, and thus hope is given to her.
I also love the fact that we now actually have proper confirmation of teleportation, what with the recall ability.
Yes. Well, we always kind of teleported into void missions.
Yeah. But it's like it's now sort of like properly established, like, yep, you could do this, but like, yes, this means teleportation is a thing. Yeah. I teleport over there now.
I think it needed specifics like beacons and things. Because you can only teleport one way. You can teleport back to the ship, but you can't teleport to the Grineer ship.
I want to teleport to the fridge.
And you could even say that the void key was the nav coordinates that you're teleporting to. So I think it's okay. You can justify at the moment. If we start teleporting all over the place, then this is going to break the game.
No, I think one of the big things about the teleportation, though, is the fact that what's the name of the dang thing? With the teleportation, it's you activate a beacon to teleport you back to the teleporter.
That's what I just said, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right.
It's a recall device on that
keep
one.
Going? Yeah.
At the beginning of the story, Rel is the only Tenno in the outside world. Every other Tenno should be in their pods on Lua, hidden away in the void. Yet we see this lone Tenno coming out of the blue without a Warframe, getting into trouble with Grineer. We don't even see her shooting energy bolts. My Tenno could take out those Grineer. Making what seems like a pilgrimage to dusty, mossy Warframes, delivering lotus flower offerings to them. It's as if she has no clue what they really are and what she can / supposed to do with them. Yeah, I don't think that I think that maybe
I disagree entirely. Like, I think she knew what the flowers were going to do.
I don't know.
I don't think it was a pilgrimage. Like, I think it was a case of, oh shit, the Grineer are here. Let's try and revive the Tenno.
No, you see, that seems weird because A, why would flowers wake them up? B, why are they doing that now? Why haven't they done that in thousands of years?
Don't know. There's so little information we have on this.
Yeah.
But it's like, I wouldn't assume that this is a Tenno.
No.
And like you say, so this person says Rel is the only Tenno in the outside world. Like, it's Not even Rel is technically in the outside world. He's stuck in
Guarding the void.
In Lua?
I thought he was on a derelict.
Was it a derelict?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
You drop down into that bit with Harris Chamber.
Yeah, but I thought it was a Lua tile set. Oh, no, you might be right. Actually, it might be a derelict. Sorry. Can't remember.
I don't think he's on the... I don't think he's on... No, because he must be in his derelict, because the Red Veil come to visit him. I don't think the Red Veil have the ability to travel into the void to Lua to visit him.
Yeah.
Last reply... Oh, something in my voice. Oh, sorry. Depends on exactly how they work it, honestly. For one, the story needed a more player-friendly welcome to the universe. At current, the literal first thing you see, the first time you play Warframe, is the mother, unlovely, fugly face of Vor. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Here's one, though, to finish this topic off. Will you be annoyed if they don't explain what that character was or is or whatever, and they literally just never mentions it again?
I'd also like to say, like, if you want to elaborate on your thoughts and feels, please leave a comment in the description as well as replying on the card. So what do you want to say?
Oh, yeah, let's make this a card. Will you be annoyed if the kid doesn't get explained? Or the kid is not explained?
So, will you be annoyed if the kid is not explained?
Yep.
Personally,
I would be, because I'm just like, okay, this is really cool, but at least, even if they just say in a dev stream that's supposed to be this, X, Y, Z, and it's like, leave it at that, and the story moves on, I would hope that she is part of the story as we do the new play experience.
I kind of feel that this cinematic has been made umpteen ages ago, and yeah, not the new player experience is nowhere near ready. So like, this might not even see getting into the game until like, I don't know, a year and a half time.
Well, let's save that for the next topic, because it's something about I was not very happy with.
Okay, right. So should we go straight to topic 2?
Yeah, sure.
Right. So topic 2. Just doing the thing. Thought it passed 30 seconds by now. Okay, so topic 2. Thank you for watching TennoCon 2019. A post-con synopsis. Nightwave Season 2, The Emissary, went live on all platforms simultaneously. Empyrean take control of Railjack, engage in huge scale... That's not changing, right? In huge scale space battles, and use teamwork to take down unique Kuva resurrected enemies, warships, and destroy enemy strongholds. The Deviri proxy. This is Paradox. God damn it! This is the most ambitious drive into into Warframe's lore to come. This is a brand new area with its own unique aesthetic and vector into Warframe's story and lore. The new war will be taking the Tenno into the world of the sentience.
Okay, I'm just going to read through these replies first, and then we can just discuss that. So
Sure.
First reply is, also, holy Clem, that Deviri paradox was insane. We need more horror in Warframe. Yes, we need more horror in Warframe, like in vanilla, and that looks like we're heading the right way. Indeed, it's so dark, it was black and white. Next reply. Well, you've surely shown us a lot, same as last year, and the year before. Yes, but 2 years ago they managed to clear all that stuff before the next TennoCon, whereas last year's stuff, most of that we're still waiting on. That's the point I'm going to come up with in a minute. So just curious, as I watched the whole stream and never saw it announced in the forums either, I thought the top 3 winners of the TennoCon merch contest would be announced today. Anyone know what came of that?
I don't know what they're talking about.
We'll be on that. If someone knows, please put it in the description below. That'd be interesting.
Comments.
If anything, I imagine it... Sorry, yes, the comments below. It was probably just an oversight because they ran out of time. And they would like to put it in, but they just, probably ran out of time. Love the whole thing, but I feel really bummed out that that all the code expired after TennoCon, so I missed my chance to redeem everything since I was too busy watching it. Yeah, it was only up for like a day or an hour or something.
What was?
The codes they gave out at TennoCon.
What? Even the Kuva one?
Kuva one?
The bracelets go around.
I don't think they mean that. I think they mean the codes is in the ones for the quiz.
Oh, okay. Well, no, it was said during the thing.
Well, it's ridiculous. I think it should have been up for a week. It should have been like all the other stuff. Just put it up for a week. It seems ridiculous. Anyway, next one. Everyone complaining about Polarize and Guild Axe existing since the beginning of Nightwave and constantly through interim. Oh, sorry, let me get right. Everyone complaining about Polarize and Guild Axe since the beginning of Nightwave and constantly through intermission. DE launches Nightwave 2 with both the Polarize and Guild Axe at the same time. Yeah, the Polarize is annoying, but you just got what's Guild Axe? What's
the
Guild?
modular weapons?
That's oh really? Oh, Guild Axe? Guild Axe?
Yeah, so basically
Gilded Action.
Yeah, so basically they're talking about former something 3 times, or sorry, former use 3 formers, and oh god damn it, where's my blanket?
It's Gildan item, yeah, that's true. And the fight, fair enough, that is a bad timing, and I think it's probably determined randomly, to be honest.
Possibly.
Yeah. And the last reply is Imperium made me think, though. So we are going from Holly to Queg.
Holly to Queg.
To Queg. I figure Ordis won't be going away, but it made me chuckle a little. What's Holly?
Holly, the Red Dwarf.
I was about to say, my brain was like, wait a minute, that's a Holly, Red Dwarf. My brain was a bit slow.
Do you not remember Queg?
I do. My brain, after reading Holly again, my brain kicked into gear and was like, oh, there's a Red Dwarf. I was like, oh, damn it. Right, yes. So, I will start with my negative, I'm afraid, and that is, though it was there were so many good things. Part of me thinks, I look back at last year where they announced the new war, and they announced Fortuna, and they announced Railjack. Railjack's obviously, they knew it was a big scope, and they've expanded it. No release date. Fortuna was released and is almost complete. I assume it's like we're missing one orb fight. I think that's all we're getting to remain on that, so that's fair enough. But Railjack seems to have improved, but there's still nothing, no release date, no idea when it's coming out. And then there's a new war, which I think is now, somebody told me after the con that it is definitely confirmed for December.
No, they said this year.
They said this year, yeah, December, come on, it's the end of the year. I think it was supposed to be this year or December, and that it was cut from the stream as a panel, but that I don't know, somebody tweeted it. I haven't seen this, but okay, apparently some dev tweeted it's definitely coming out this year or whatever. But the thing I want to know is, if definitely new one's coming out this year, does that mean we don't get Imperium this year? Is that Imperium next year? Is it going to be before TennoCon next year? How far behind is it? Which one are we getting first? I am really disappointed we didn't really get much confirmation. And also, it's sad because I know I do go with release it when it's done, but I felt last year was made a massive splash, loads of players into the game, but none of that content was coming soon. And to be honest, I'd feel a bit cheated if I came to the game after that last TennoCon, because if those are the things that drew me to the game, it's now over a year and they're still not in the game. Are they showing things too early here? And now it seems like we're not really getting anything for another 6 months? July, August, September, November, October, but at least 4 or 5 months probably. I feel it's like they need to work their schedule to have something to release in August, I'd say. Maybe early September. Maybe late September. I think late September is fine. But if we don't see anything for months again, it's like, yes, look at this impact. Look at this amazing stuff we're announcing. And see you next year.
I agree with you. I think maybe it's a case of we need more small bits. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's really good, though. It is really good that they have at least gone, right, TennoCon and Season 2 Nightwave. So everyone will go home and, yes, we've got Season 2 Nightwave to work on. That is good, That is definitely brilliant because it means we've got something meaty, and Nightwaves are brilliant content. I really enjoy Nightwaves. Brilliant addition to the game. And this fresh Nightwave, it's good. That's going to keep people going for the next 2 months easily, maybe 3 months. What's coming at the end of 3 months?
Probably another intermission, then
another Nightwave.
Then then New War. Then another Nightwave.
That would assume August, September, maybe. That's Octoberish. I don't know. Did they confirm this year or did they confirm December? I heard December.
No, I heard this year.
Okay, but have you seen anything?
Well, I saw it when they said it on stage.
Well, I swear let's find that then. I swear they said. Also, if it's just this year, let's have a play Warframe.
I mean, the thing's long as.
Oh wait, I probably won't be able to. Can I even listen to it on this? Broken, isn't it?
Boop. Right. Okay. So I like the fact that they announced the whole Deviri paradox. Why do I keep saying proxy? I like the fact that they said that they revealed the Deviri paradox, but I feel personally this is too soon. Right? They didn't need to have this is a new thing reveal now. I think they needed to have this is a new thing coming in December.
I was waiting for the September release date slapped on something, and they might not make that, but at least it'd be like, oh my god, this is coming September. Like, oh, really? Wow.
But do you get what I mean, though?
Say again?
But do you get what I mean, though? I do not see us getting the Deviri paradox until post-TennoCon 2020.
Oh yeah, totally.
So I think they should have done that teaser in December, right? So and this is the last stream of the year. What's this teaser?
Yeah.
And
this is the exciting thing. I love all the developers, and I love District Streams, and they produce such an amazing game. It does cheapen TennoCon 2018 because it looks like they are just releasing things for the hype a bit.
No, it's but I don't think it's anything. I think it's only negative in the fact that they can't produce it fast enough.
Yes,
right?
No, oh, totally, yeah. They've always said that their ambition exceeds their ability and their speed to produce it. I think Scott says about is it an analogy of a plate, and there's just so much on the plate that they can't get it all on in one go. You know?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get the new engine plus Empyrean, independent of the link system and the Kuvaliches, the new Kingpin system, right? Not because it's crazy awesome and they're wanting to spread it out too much. I think there'll be too much dead space or inactivity that just releasing the new engine and just Railjack without the link system and stuff would be a lot more manageable. Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, I can't listen to it, but you can. So
you want me to check it?
I've got the timestamp for you.
How do you know this is the timestamp? Oh,
because it's just at the end of the.
Hold on.
It's just at the end of the New War cinematic bit.
Copy. Back. Sorry.
The camera's just cut back, and it's just before Jeff goes, I wonder if someone did that to save us, you know.
Let's have a look.
No, you see what, sorry.
Still watching it. Yeah, so it was. He said that it was a card committing them to Christmas.
Yeah, and I've looked at the individual video. The card is on. It says Christmas 2019. So that is end of the year. That is literally the end of the year. Like, and they do normally do that. They do normally do a patch at the end of the year before they go on break till like the end of February. So the next thing. So hopefully they'll kit that and they won't slack it for next year.
One thing I did, I could only speak to Rebecca about this because everyone else was so busy. I'm out of root beer lots. Everyone else was super busy at the after party. Like, so one big thing about the after party is like everyone wants a piece of the dev staff, right?
That's why, honestly, I'd love to like chat and say hi to them, or even just for a second. I just, even it's great to be in these after parties and they're there, I just let other people do it because it's just a mess.
But one thing I asked Rebecca is which is planned to come out first, Empyrean or New War, and she turned to me and simply said, "I don't know." Right? Yeah. So I think it's a case of whichever's ready first. So my thought would be it would be New War first. So because
I'm getting that feeling because they've committed to a date on it. Imperium, there's nothing.
It's not just that. It's also the fact that with Empyrean, it's a new engine, right? You have to make sure that all the old stuff is still working as intended with the new engine. Yeah. Now, hopefully, because it's again their own engine that they've gone from Evolution Engine 2. Oh, sorry, hiccups. Evolution Engine 2 to hopefully Evolution Engine 3. Hopefully, the majority of the core code will still carry over and it will still just function normally. But we don't know. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Yeah. Tricky. Seeing as also they hadn't even finished doing things like building that Lasette, then the updated Lasette or the Orbiter section. You know, the bottom bits weren't even done yet. They just showed us the one room. Well, we assume they weren't done. I think they said that at the art panel. They said that the low areas were the same. Oh no, I thought that was they had no intention of adding additional rooms and things. I think they said they had to make it like gel in, and there was mention to it. Fair enough. Right. So, any other points you want to pick up? Well, that was just my negative on the release date things, which I'm still. I mean, hopefully, maybe the secret truth is that Empyrean is planned to come out between now and Christmas, and they didn't want to commit to a date because, in case, as you said, you've highlighted all these things like the engine, all these other bits they need to do. They were like, okay, hang on, we'll let this one float and not pin ourselves down. If that is, props to them on that one. They've given us a date, fair enough, which they didn't actually on the day, but is confirmed now for the trailer. But if it's like, oh, they want to bring out Imperium earlier, but they're like, but we're not gonna, because that way it'll be like, oh guys, it's done, there it is. You're like, oh wow, where did that come from? You know, rather than, oh, it's definitely coming in September. Oh guys, we need another like 2 months to work on this. You know, yeah, that might be the case. We can only hope. Right. So, but what about the actual content itself? Which is you most excited for? I think that's my one negative out of the way. Time for positivity. That's hard to say because I think they learned from the sacrifice that whatever they do, they have to have legacy from the cinematic quests. So we're going to have a new tile set, which is going to be this whole space station, sentient space station that is creating sentience and things. The fact that the sentients are now going to start invading the planes, which is like, oh, good, new life being brought into the planes. I like this. The whole Lotus family thing. Lotus then has to make a choice between us and the brother. I would actually like it if the Lotus's choice is actually a reflection of your own choices in other cinematic quests. Oh. Yeah? So, you know, do you know what I mean? Yes, but I'm kind of worried that they're never going to use that because the tricky thing with branching narratives that make important decisions is you have to commit to them. Yes.
And you have to do a lot of double work because of it, which doubles your workload. It might be in some minor way, but like the end result will be the same.
Yeah.
Is the best way of doing it. That way it feels like a personal experience with unique things. You can't just be like, oh yes, slightly altered dialogue with no actual gameplay effect. But I can't see it branching massively to the point that like I help you versus I don't help you, and then I like you after this versus I'm never talking to you again after this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you weren't worth saving. Thus I'm leaving now. My planet needs me.
Yeah.
Whoop.
So I would be interested in that because I think really the way that Steve said that kind of just basically dictates what the narrative's going to be. You know, her brother's just going to try and kill the Tenno, and then she kills the brother. That's it. I'm like, weak sauce. Script writing, weak sauce. So I'm hoping that your actions do have some impact on it, which is one of the reasons why Star Wars: The Old Republic was so good in terms of those quests. But again, they didn't commit to it because they were rushed out the gate.
Well, no, I don't think they rushed out the gate. It's just the scale was huge. Maybe you're right. Yeah, the scale was huge, but I don't think they meant to commit to it. The thing I hated about the Old Republic was that me and Rich did the same quest. I think I said this before.
Yeah.
I chose the dark side. He chose the light side. I threatened the person, saying, "You give me more money for this ridiculous quest." Like, okay, I'll give you some more money. And then I asked Rich, like, "Oh, sweet. What did you get afterwards?" Like 5,000 credits. I look at mine, 5,000 credits. I'm like, "Damn you, NPC!
Yeah,
you lied to me."
Yeah.
So it was just meaningless. I am most excited for Empyrean. I really liked some of the dynamic stuff we had there, and the squad link. I would like to see. Oh, Kuvaliches as well, man. There's just so much there. Kuvaliches, I want to see for Corpus as well, not just Grineer, because that would be rather boring.
I agree with that, but I don't know how to pull that off.
They can be injected with Kuva as well, and they can be differently. They could just affect it. It could affect them differently. It would be good because it's actually making Kuva this more of an important resource, not just the Grineer love it, but the Corpus just decide, we ain't touching that stuff. Why?
I kind of feel that it would be nicer if they used. So you know the Animos CPUs from Ambulus?
Yeah.
That basically someone, maybe Frodbeck, assuming he's still alive, creates a new CPU based on the architecture of the Animos CPU, and it can learn. So you're fighting proxies for the.
Can it also be infused with Kuva?
Sure.
Yeah, there you go. Good job. Corpus Kuvalich. Yep, good job. We're having that. I like that, though. It gives a gameplay justification and allows it to be unique to Corpus. Yep. That's good.
So I would like that. And yeah, I just feel, though, that as it stands, Empyrean is absolutely freaking massive.
You didn't get all the planets.
No, you didn't, but I still feel that it was like pretty damn big.
Yeah. I also want Squad Link to affect more things.
That's one thing I wanted to raise about. Squad Link has me worried, right? Because in the demo they showed off, they had to turn on the Squad Link.
Yeah.
Right? I think it would be nice if you were notified this person is looking for help, right? And then you can activate your Squad Link, because otherwise,
no. Why? Okay,
when you I'm on Venus, I am doing this random Venus mission. Like, is it literally just tied to Fortuna and Orb Valis and Orb Valis and the planes?
That is a very good question. That is, you're right. Yeah. Are you going to have to deploy one of these at the start of every mission you go to before you finish it, just in case you do it? And will you miss it in between missions? I see what you mean there.
Yeah. So it just feels like, as it was a fishing team, right? Fishing, like, how often do teams just sit around in Orb Valis or the planes doing sweet F all, right?
Well, maybe this is a reason to do random stuff on the planes while waiting for it to pop. thus giving players an excuse just to be lounging around on the plains and go, hey, I'll just mine some more resources. Hey, I'll just mine some thumpers.
But you get my point.
I am seeing what you mean, but I also think that that's maybe why they're doing this. They're giving those people a reason to just chum around on the plains.
Yeah. I mean, I would like it if it could be done in a regular mission. So, you're doing a Corpus spy vaults, on a ship or whatever, and all of a sudden, hey, there's someone near you that needs help, right? And then, you make it a nice, subtle indication, so you can choose to ignore it if you so wish. Or if you set yourself to invite only, you get no notifications. If you set yourself to friends only, you only get friend or clanny notifications. And if you set yourself to public, you'll get any notifications. But then the point is that you get a notification, someone's looking for help, and then you can throw down the actual spear.
That's getting I think a bit too much effort if you're doing those different choices and things. I will give you an example of, it's not quite Squadlink, but it's a similar-esque system in The Division.
Right.
Anytime you die in The Division, in the world, you have an option that says call for help.
Right.
Other players, which are in the nearby area, they're just playing their own game, they will just get a pop-up that occasionally goes like, nearby agents are requesting assistance. And then you just hold the button and you instantly join their squad.
Yeah.
So if you're really struggling with an area, you just tap, I need help. It pops up when you die. I think there is a way to do it before dying. But
the whole point is you get notified, right?
Yeah.
And that is the way it should be. Not you are looking to see if someone needs help.
I don't know. I think for endless missions, because you just said just for the planes, but I think you could call it the open worlds and the endless missions could be you pop down the thing. Because it could work for endless missions as well. Because it could for like.
I don't know if it could work for defense, because defense is like one tile. It's sealed off into. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but what you have is a new mob spawns that runs around and hides, and you've got.
Or one of the terminals activates. But
terminals activate, but then spawn a mob that you have 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 30 seconds to kill, and you have to do that a couple of times or something, like a sub-objective while you're still defending your main one. There's ways they can do it. I think that's for the endless missions, obviously, because what you do is you just deploy the thing at the start, and you're going to be there for a while, so you stay with the thing up.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should be like in the. It does. I also think it doesn't make sense if in the middle of your spy mission, it's like, oh, we need help bringing down an energy shield. It's like, well, guys, I'm hacking this vault. I can't really help you right now. It's like, I'm not sure that makes sense.
Well, no. I'm thinking is,
I'm capturing some dude. I don't have time to help you guys. I'll help you when I'm out of this mission, kind of thing.
Well, no. What I'm thinking is like, you've captured this dude. And so you start the mission, you get notification, someone needs help. Okay, cool. So you say, yes, I'll help. It's kind of like a secondary objective. You capture your dude, which was your primary objective. Or maybe it'll just swap to being a primary objective. And then it's go sabotage something, right? Or maybe, go capture another dude.
Yeah,
right?
no, I see what you mean. So it's like the mission plan changed mechanic, but... Yeah. Actually employed correctly, it could work. I am looking at that. I think the squad link will fly or fail based on its implementation, and I think that's
entirely.
We'll have to see. Yeah,
we've said the same thing about Railjack, and I am now sure Railjack will be fine.
Railjack looks fine
because of how they showed off. Everyone was saying, "Oh, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that." So they showed it off, and it was just like. That is a pristine way of implementing it.
My only minor worry for Railjack, from the way they showed it, is you kind of deploy from the dojo, and then you can go between many missions. But can you acquire random teammates while your ship's flying around, or do you have to go back to the dojo and acquire? I'm sure that'll get fixed. But do you know what I mean? It doesn't. Yeah. You never really saw matchmaking with that after we did 2 missions. You have to go to the toilet or go down the shops. Right, let's go bring in some puppy. If we click on the thing, is there people also randomly doing it who will just hop into our Railjack? Yeah. I bet money that's probably how it's going to work. But until we see that, it's hard to confirm. But it was nice to see. We saw multiple nodes, multiple planets. we saw 2 missions run, obviously, as an example. I thought it was rather quite clever. Oh, was there a job?
Yeah.
There was obviously, when they're flying around, they had to shoot resources and collect them in. Was there a job to be in the hold and process the resources?
Yes, so you could actually compact the resources down, so someone would have to be down there doing that manually.
I would like to see that be a bit more involved than just clicking a button, like maybe a mini game. Maybe you have to actually move the things around. Something. I wouldn't be too complex, but not just like push A. If it's just push A to compact resources, A. That feels a bit weak. I would like to see a little bit more from that.
Yeah.
Like maybe in like a skill game. So it goes left, right, left, right, left, right, and you have to get it in the right slot. It seems simple, but it yeah.
Yeah, potentially.
Mini games are fun, man. I like mini games. So yeah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so I'm not worried about Imperium when it comes out. Kuva seem cool. Obviously, then you thought that it's really nice to see that's the final evolution or the final, hopefully, implementation of the Kingpin system.
It also makes sense. It also makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the biggest design flaws of name of the game, Shadows of Mordor.
Oh yeah. Oh, because okay, there is still a few because they said that like if you kill them with a Warframe power, they get stronger. But then you also seem to kill them permanently as well.
Yeah.
So why would you not just kill them permanently? Why is your character allowing them to become stronger? Obviously, it's so you get better rewards. But do you see what I mean?
Yes. I completely get it. So Loz, myself, Chardan, and Cypher Invictus, we were all talking about this outside the hotel when we were, leaving for back home. The theory is that you want to overcharge them to get better rewards. So it might be a case of some rewards are exclusively locked behind certain levels of difficulty for a Kuva, which would make sense. So you have to actively choose to make this thing hard.
It seems a bit odd to me that like you are making the definitive choice. You're it'll make it stronger.
Well, the thing that I am
building your loot pinata. Sorry.
Yeah, you are building your loot pinata. The thing that I'm more worried about is the fact that will you have to do this with other players, right? Or can you do it so? Because like, unless Rebecca could get to the ship, trigger her lich, and then leave to get to get on the railjack to then shoot those special pylons to then get back into the Kuva Lich's flagship or whatever to then fight it. It's like also I'm kind of gonna bet that Void Storm may only ever have been a scripted event just for the demo, and we won't see it for the game.
I hope we do, but I would bet money on, like you're saying, it's if anything, it would just be like a visual effect, or it's a scripted event for the first time you get into the Deviri kind of thing. I would like to see more space weather, so like meteor swarm, magnetic region, heavy radiation region, solar flare. Like give us the whole FTL coolness. Deviri paradox. Let's talk about that. I obviously it's kid in the past seems to be able to give things to character in the future. That's what it seems to be. Apart from that, we don't really know anything else. It's I think it's the open world area, and to be honest, I don't really want to discuss it too much because, as you say, I think it's too early. We know so little.
So I'm excited for there to be a. Is this the 4th enemy faction? I don't really count the.
We don't even know what that is. We don't even know what that was.
No, but they did say in a previous dev stream that they were supposed to be introducing a new enemy faction.
Okay.
So I do kind of like the idea that there's a new enemy faction. Do you think mounts will become a thing?
Oh yeah.
You think mounts are going to become a thing?
They showed us on that horse. We're getting a horse.
Okay, cool. Do you think that the whatever those...
I actually, we are totally getting that horse because it's going to be their new open world area. They learn the problems with Arcwing and all the other ones. We are going to be using that horse to get around. No K drives, no Arcwing.
I really hope that's the case.
And I think it's just adding crazy variety into this game is what they're doing. And I think that's it. It's going to be a more measured, controlled K drive. The plane should have had K drives, and then Fortuna had K drives, and for some reason they added Arc Wings, which was silly. They could have said they freeze or something.
Yeah.
And then they added K drives back to the planes, and it's like you still haven't fixed the K drive problem. It's like horses. It's like okay, but the K drive problem here.
So, do you think we'll be able to use our horses on the planes and or Valis?
Paradox, man. It's going to be a nice little bubble. You won't be able to get them out of there. They'll be like future locked.
Do you think... I agree. Do you think that... Well, actually, I would like it that way, but I think we'll be able to use them outside, though why would you want to?
How?
Huh?
How would you be able to use the horse outside?
Well, you just take it there.
From where?
From Plains of Deveria after you...
In the future.
You're in the future and the past at the same time.
Yeah.
Actually, I assume that, but like... I don't think time works there as it does in, normal space.
I think I would hope the paradox is going to be one way. If it's a two-way paradox, that's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it's not a paradox if it's not two ways.
Well, okay. The progression of items that are causing paradox is one way. That you are sending things from the past into the future.
That's not a paradox.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
He put the gun. No, it is a paradox because he sees himself put the gun in to shoot the dude. Right.
Right.
So in the past, why did he need to put the gun in there? Because wait, hang on. This is a paradox. I know it's a paradox.
Not a paradox.
Right. It is a paradox.
It's like if you go back in time to kill your own grandfather, that's a paradox, because how would you be able to go back in time to kill your own grandfather if your grandfather is not alive? That's a paradox.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I guess you could say it's like memories of the past. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, like, this is what I think the whole point is. Time works differently there. And
no. The paradox is probably he needed the gun, so he then put the gun in the past.
He put the gun in the past?
Yeah, he knew in the future he was going to need a gun.
So, yes, that's what I mean. So he reflected his past self to put the gun in. Yes, that is what I mean. So time just doesn't work as it does in normal space.
Yeah, causality is wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is why I think you'll be able to take the horse out, because time doesn't work that way.
Do you know the actual reason I think you're going to take the horse out?
What? Because people want it.
Fan service!
Yeah, people want it. So, though, my next question is...
Let's have dancing.
Huh?
Let's have dancing.
Yeah. My next question is, do you think we'll be able to see the new enemy faction out in normal space?
No, I hope not. I hope that like that guy looked like a Dax soldier that had been mechanicalized or affected, and they were in the void. I'm really hoping that it's some weird void rift catastrophe that's causing parallel future time-wimey splits, and they're just there in that one area. Because that way we have to interact with them without our void laser beams, without like that Tigress that the guy pulls out of the hole is pretty worn.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking we're not going to be able to use all of our amazing mods. They'll be all decayed, and so we'll have to be getting new stuff just for that thing, which is a clever way of adding more content to the game, of adding a looped off area which you can add stuff in, sort of, but it is not at its maximum power because we got too much power.
Oh crap! What was I going to say? I had a theory. So my theory is that is the Zariman 10-0.
So I heard some people saying that. Yes. Yeah.
My thought is that basically we don't know what happened to the Zariman after the whole crash in the void.
Yeah.
It could be a case of half of the ship is in the void and half of it is in real space, and the start of the quest is you find it in normal space, or maybe it's the way you get out. You have to get to the Zariman 10-0 to get into normal space. So yeah, I think he starts heading towards it.
Maybe. Why did the kids get their powers from the void? Maybe you in the future caused them to get their powers in the past.
Ooh, Ooh.
Because the ship is both in the future and the past at the same time. Because he didn't have his powers in the future, you see. Why did he not?
Well, I think that's just a simple case where they don't work there.
Because he sent them into the past.
Okay.
Magic.
Anyway.
You know what I mean? But that could be a cool paradox and something like that. Because it would explain, we still don't know why did these kids get magic powers. Because of space, the void, the rift, the warp. The void.
Warp, yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? What else was in there? Oh, okay. This is the thing I feel about we obviously got the new war trailer, which has a date. I do feel the new war was really lacking on anything. It was the most like, oh no, there's a new war, something with sentience, blown up spaceships.
Yeah, but that was the same.
On
that was the same with the sacrifice and the war within. Nothing was really alluded to.
But that's the only thing with the date. I know we're going back to negative here, but it's like that's the thing that in theory is the one coming first.
The plot heavy thing.
It just annoys me because it's like it lands on the plains, so that just makes me feel like Plague Star, or is it going to be like a whole quest on the plains where it's like a war of attrition versus a new sentient base slapped in the middle, and you do like the equivalent of the Orb Hunter missions to like progress the story as you attack the sentient. Is it like a base? Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
But they might pull a World of Warcraft and just stick giant swords into the planet and not really do anything with them.
Yeah. 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 No. So I don't know what they're playing with that. I'd rather not speculate because I think there's just like so little information's been given out about the new war.
I know, right?
I'd rather just be like hopeful that we see it come Christmas.
I hope they can stick to their Christmas release date. I think we'll at least see something. Maybe we'll see another prequel quest, and we won't get it to February, March. But I think we'll see something in December.
Yeah.
But I thought October. I think September through November is at the moment is looking quite empty.
Here's a question to the audience. Do you feel sated with the Nightwave stuff? Like, is the Nightwave stuff enough for you to keep going? Because I'm happy to keep going based off nothing but Nightwave.
Two seasons is my limit though. Like I could happily go through 2 seasons of Nightwave, but I'm like beyond that. It's like where's the other content? Hang on.
So that's season 2 and 3. It's being interrupted. Okay, so is the Nightwave stuff enough to keep you sated?
Yeah, season 2 and 3. Like I wouldn't if it was season 2. I don't expect content like other content really before the end of season 2, and I could be happy like season 3 is like starting to wrap up. It's like okay, what's coming now? You know, like,
yeah.
It's like and we're going to intermission 3. It's like no, just no.
I mean, I am hoping that with all the tweaks and changes and things that we don't get the intermissions at all. Also,
no, I'm fine with intermissions. I am short intermissions because it allows, and I would hope it allows them to give them a buffer when they need it.
I also want to point out that that one reply with people complaining about the polarizing and gilding, tasks. I've never known anyone to complain about those. Like, is this genuinely a thing?
I keep mainly it's only my own incompetence on the gilding one because I go and buy the weapon and special of the day, get it to max, and be like, right, let's try and gild this, and realize it's already gilded, and then I have to build a big pile of rubbish. And then the form one, I have a bit of privilege on that one. I just go buy a 3 prism bundle and then just max some of the weapons, and I've got so many weapons. I've got so many spare max weapons, so I'm in a bit of a bubble on that one. I imagine it could be tricky for some players.
Can you get Former from the Nightwave stuff?
Yeah, I think there is Former in there.
So you think she sells the Former?
Oh, do you mean on the credits? No, not on the credits. Pretty sure. That'd be very good and everyone would buy it. Especially there's Natane on there.
Yeah. Right, okay, so I've not known anyone to complain about the Polarize and Guild Axe. So the tasks. I've profusely complained about the fishing one more than anything else. I can get behind the playing with friends and things, but like I don't really see. This feels like everyone's complaining about the fishing one and the mining one. So not the fishing one and the mining one. So 30-minute survival. 60-minute survival with friends and the sortie one and things like that. And now that those have been adjusted and balanced and things, someone's complaining about something that is not as bad because they want everything to be easy. I mean, am I misreading the situation, or is that what's actually
yes?
going
You're saying that people's complaints are
shifting because things are being addressed,
normalizing to what is the most difficult options available.
Yeah,
and we had more difficult ones, and those are the ones that are being attacked and complained about. And now those are gone. People are finding the ones they don't like the most, and now saying those are the problem. Yeah, I can agree on that. I think that's partly true. These are tricky, but they're not impossible. I think you can build a amp or a Zor or a kit gun for just bits and pieces, really. And if you can't just build the cheapest kit gun for whatever purpose, or cheapest Zor or amp, I mean, that's 3 reps worth there that you can build from for bits and pieces.
Yeah.
If you still like leveling rep and you need your rep for that, then maybe you can. The thing is, you can miss some light waves, and here's the thing. Actually, you can. It's not that bad at all anymore. Actually, I've just realised, because you can just ignore it this week, and then you can go do it later on. And even when it comes to last week, if you clear everything from last week and you've cleared all the previous night waves, but that one thing, that will then pop up and say reclaimed thing, and you can go and do it later. So you don't even have to do it this week anymore. So yeah, no, that's not an issue at all. I had some of that in the intermission week, and I was like, oh, I thought I was going to get cut short, and it gave me all the passings I missed, and I was like, oh, this is brilliant. You can only have a maximum of 3 of them at a time, I do believe, but it's cool. It really is quite helpful. So you've got 10 plus weeks to get that sorted. It's not a big deal anymore.
I think, it's like,
and hey,
15?
Take a break this week. Just go like, oh, I don't like this. Don't do it this week. Go do twice next week. Find when you got some spare time. Do 3 the week after if you want. It's so much more flexible now, so they have no right to complain. Well, no, sorry, no right. Of course they have the right to complain. But I feel there are now systems in place, which they probably aren't aware of, that will mitigate that problem.
I think what I'm probably going to do myself is just ignore all the fishing ones until the last week, and then I've got nothing but fishing ones, so I can just do them all at once. Yeah,
and if you want to miss them, you can. Or you'll be like, right, I'm going to commit to this. We're going to do a day of fishing. I can get them all done in one go.
No. They might be like, oh, get 6 fish on Orb Valis, get 6 fish on the plains, right? And they're all the same. So, like, there might be multiples of the same get 6 fish on the plains.
Oh, I don't know if you can do that, but yeah, I see what you mean. That'd be very clever if you can.
Yeah.
Well, remember, you can only have a maximum of 3 recovered ones at a time.
Oh, can you? I did not know that. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the way it was happening for me. I'm not sure if maybe there was
only 3 at a time.
Yeah, so you see 3. So even though the rest of the 10 for that Nightwave week were all finished, the 3 that were available were previous ones.
Right.
But once I finished those, that was one of them was then replaced.
Right.
So maybe you can end up with like 3 fine mine fish on the.
That's really unlikely then. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I'm not sure if it would only let you have 1 of the same name at a time, but.
Okay, so I don't have anything to really talk about more about the actual day itself. Do you have any follow-up that you want to talk about that wasn't at the con?
It's obviously the best location for DE, but part of me feels maybe it needs to move to Toronto.
Potentially, yeah.
Just because it will give them more options. They won't be able to have their safe and secure studio just around the corner. But
not only that, they won't be able to do the brunches either.
No, they could. They could hire a venue in Toronto.
Well, no, because part of the point was it's supposed to be a brunch at the studio, but yes.
Yeah, but it's not.
I think that's one thing that
trust me, it's not a big deal anymore.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that has steadily gotten less and less of a deal. Like, the first year was absolutely amazing because they gave us a tour of the studio, but they've never done that again since.
They have more people in it now because obviously more people want to join in, but then it's really just eat food.
Yeah.
Go to con. You have an hour there and you're like, walk in, get stuff, sit down, go queue for food, have food, sit down, eat food. Maybe someone might give a small talk of like a minute or a few lines, like speech, like, hello, welcome to TennoCon. It's amazing seeing new people and old people. Da da da. And then you go to the con. That's it.
Yeah.
It's yeah, statue. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's growing beyond, or it has grown beyond its boundaries it's currently in. It's a flower that is stuck in a small flower pot, and then it's put into a bigger flower pot so it can bloom bigger.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's just really, it's the mitigating thing. It's like, it's very easy for them that they have the studio there. If any problems, they can sort it. They'd probably have to be more prepared for it if they do it up in Toronto. But it would probably be easier for a lot more people to get there because it's going to be cheaper. They don't have to do an additional trip on flight down from Toronto to London. People just go straight to Toronto. They're there. And there's probably bigger facilities with they'll probably able to cater it. Because one thing that got me was just it was a hot sunny day. The queue was around the block. It was all around the convention center. And then they have to get all those people in. They have to do bag checks. Maybe they have to acquire their IDs. They don't have them. I think that's that needs sorting.
Yeah.
Anything else? Sadly, we don't get to see all the panels, and not all the panels are broadcast on Twitch and YouTube, which is a shame. Because there's some panels which I didn't get to see, and I wanted to see them. Couldn't because I see other panels.
I'm gonna just talk for a minute.
Okay, it was really cool. There was lots of stuff on the con floor for obviously everyone didn't get to go. You got a cool ID bracelet. You might have seen them flashing in Tenno Live, and you had to go around the con, scan it at multiple points, and then get stickers from one station, and then you eventually got like a little certificate that gave you a code to get like a Grenier Lisette decoration and some free Kuva.
To be honest, I actually really enjoyed doing that, and it was quite funny because they really spread those out. I ended up turning around saying like, "Why are you making me want to why are you making me exercise for this? This is not fair." I do think that the art panel and the sound panel and stuff was really good. I'm really sad that I missed the start of the sound panel when Lucas threw.
Oh, he came on stage. You can see. You have to find.
I really need to see that. Yeah,
I might find that time stuff for you. It's like, oh, what's this? So I found this in Lost and Found. There's a label here. I was like, oh, it's like it belongs to Thursby. And he looks at the crowd and just chucks it down into the.
Yeah.
I'll get you the timestamp on that.
Yeah, so I can't remember where I was. Might have been going to get a drink or something. Oh no, I was going to get a drink, and I was stuck in the queue. That was it. Yeah, the museum was really nice.
Yes. Oh, I will say the museum was a good. I think it's a much better activity than things like they had the Passenger Active, like the bows and the obstacle thing, fighting pit thing, because you could encounter it at your own time, and if you needed to go away and come back, you could do it. It was much more passive.
Yeah. So, and obviously we've got Gauss and Grendel to look forward to. Certainly, I can't imagine it not being this year. So,
oh no.
Oh no.
I'm looking at the start of it, and he's already sitting down.
I don't know.
Oh no, I found it. Yeah,
Okay,
I got the timestamp here.
Okay, I'll send it to me later. It's fine. So, like the look of the new sentient enemies. Like the look of. God, what was the? I'm actually kind of hopeful that. Were you there for the art panel?
Most of it, yeah. I think I missed some of it towards the end.
So there's one part where they're showing off this one sort of like, it was like a long tower-ish sentient, and what it did was it sort of like split and became a portal, like a little gate. and
Oh yeah.
Batalists came flying through.
I think did they show what that gate on the last dev stream, because you used it to get around it. It looked like I remember that a gate-esque thing.
Oh no, that was fling you around the actual tile set.
Yeah.
It didn't look like that. It didn't look like that at all.
Okay.
So, but this thing, like, my hope is that they sort of do what you can do in Portal, where you can actually see the sentient enemy coming through, and not just, oh look, it's just come through like the
spawning out of a magic portal.
Exactly, right. Because I love that kind of stuff. I would love it if they were able to pull off that kind of stuff more. And yeah. What else is there? Can't think of much else.
Oh, well, we saw
the deluxe skins.
So many cool deluxe skins, yeah. So two new Warframes, obviously they've talked about.
What?
So that actually, I forgot, actually, that is content that might be coming this year, because the whiteboard had...
I did say that, Gauss and Grendel.
Oh, Gauss and Grendel, right. Yes. Do we know when they're coming out?
I imagine, because of how long it's been since we had Hildren, was it? Wait, no, Wisp. Oh no, Wisp was really recent.
Yeah.
I know. I
maybe that's what we're going to get in that bubble that I was outlining. That's a bit of a lull.
Yeah. I imagine Gauss would be sooner rather than later, because we've seen more of him. But
that's kind of how it was with Hildren and Wisp, wasn't it? We saw Hildren more of, and then we got Hildren first. So
yeah. What else?
One may hope.
What else was there? There was. They never showed off any new weapons. I don't think. No. They showed off Grendel's weapon. But what did you think of that new Excalibur skin?
I wasn't that impressed with it.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed. I want to see the 3D model. Jeff was just like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! I'm so in love with this. I want the babies." That's from what I could tell.
I actually really like the design, but I think I'd swap out the helmet.
Like, why does that have to be? Do you really see Excalibur in that?
No.
I'd rather see that as a new frame.
I suppose.
Like if they've got a concept like that, why limit it to a premium skin? It's like, no, give us a proper samurai frame.
Probably because it's easier to produce skins than it is to produce whole new frames.
Yeah, I imagine so.
You know, I mean, they were able to pump out skins so quickly before, but now I think it's a case of, with all the other side projects, I mean, maybe they just need a team to pump out frames, but I'm wondering if they're slowing down on the production of frames because of primes.
I wouldn't say it's just primes. I would say that you're getting to the point of saturation. Yeah. At some point, we will go down to one frame a year, if that.
Yeah.
And because too many frames. But if they make money, that's the tricky thing. If they make money, then that's what they go for. But then there are so many frames now. It's only going to get worse for balancing them, and it takes them forever to get to the reworks. Wukong's had his. Vauban has had his prime, and a lot of people say he's in an awful place. And I will bow to, in this case, I will bow to common, what people say, because I am not an expert on Vauban, but I see a lot of people complaining about him. See the occasional person saying he's fine, but I see a lot of people complaining he's not in a good place, and I'm willing to dote my cap and just like, yes, I will yield to your knowledge on this one. Yeah. I know I'm not the best for knowledge anyway. So when's that coming? And it's like, and to be honest, I know you'll hate it, but Ember's really not in a great place either.
No, she's really not. Like, I joke around a lot about just remove Ember from the game, but oh no, I can't talk about that. God damn it! Stupid NDA. And yeah, okay. I can't think of.
That's about it, I think.
Yeah, that's about it.
Well, we'll see what people say, and we can obviously bring it up next week, because I'm sure there'll be more topics on it.
Also, there was JoJo T-shirt. Right, moving on. So let's do the.
Did you take a picture of it?
Yeah, no, I took a picture of it. I sent it to Rebecca saying, "Is this the new work uniform?" And then she came howling at me as I was trying to learn magic.
I want to know,
No, yeah. It was like, Xeno, did you buy it? Like, buy what? The JoJo t-shirt. Where is it? I'm like, well, no. It's like, show me where it is. And I had to lead.
I remember that. It's like, yeah, no, you were like, it's over there. Just go for it. He's like, where? He's like, fine, I'll show you where it is.
Well, no. To be honest, I wasn't that put out because I was like, I'm not having fun with magic.
Aww.
I needed an excuse to get away from this. And Zandy was like, no, go. I think Zandy realized how much I was sucking at it. Right, so let's move on. And I think it's time for the MDRLOz.
Cool.
Right. Better have some delicious memes for me.
They're alright. I didn't go for... They're not all the highest voted ones. Oh, what is it? This mouse. This mouse is not the best mouse. My mouse, it's just not playing ball.
Right. You ready?
Well, you need links to look at them, don't you?
No, because you've put
or
them
do you look at them off the...
I look.
Do you look off them?
Yeah.
Oh, so you actually look at them on the actual items that comes up, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even need to link the links. Okay, right, so...
Here I did.
Meme frame review. Here we go. Post-TennoCon 2019. Number 1. Hey, boss.
Wait.
Warframe veterans?
Wait.
People who just started playing Warframe.
No. I don't think this worked, Loz. I think you haven't uploaded them to Dropbox.
I had... Is it over a bit?
Let me...
Why can't I see memes?
Copy link.
Yeah, there's the memes. Is Dropbox just sucking? Dropbox.
Okay. Just
My folder says they're in the right place.
copy link. Paste.
Okay, Dropbox
That's
decided
the same
to close
one.
itself at some point.
That's the same one twice.
I opened you. No, hang on. It's re-uploading them. I literally logged in earlier to make this work, and now it seems to have logged. I've not turned off the machine since I logged in, and it's now right. It's uploading. Apparently, it's uploading them.
Oh, I'm out of root beer. We don't get good root beer here. We only get sort of like watered down stuff, which costs 3 times as much for about a third of the volume.
Where's Dropbox gone? Oh god, this computer is Dropbox. Right, hang on. I'm gonna have
browser.
Yeah. That is exactly what I'm doing.
I don't know why you didn't do that in the first place.
Because I use the app. I think. Because I can't save to the website.
Well, just save them to your local downloads and then just drag and drop.
That's what I did sometimes, and it didn't work, and whatever.
Really?
So, yeah, we had problems with that in the past. Don't you remember?
No.
Yeah. Ah, we go. We're getting this sorted here, people. This machine and Dropbox, just there's something going on here.
Science.
Yep, and they are uploaded if you downloaded them.
Alright, let's try it again. Number 1. By the way, your list, you've got number 1 twice. So it's like number 3.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah, just to point that out. So.
Oh, it's the mouse. It's copied and pasted the...
Yeah. You ready? Okay. I don't know this. What is this guy in the purple, sort of in the pink suit? I don't know this.
Oh, what's his name? Oh god,
Like, I've seen him fucking everywhere.
Yeah, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Oh god, it's yesterday you asked me what I'm going to tell you. God, let me just have a quick look, see if I can see it.
Use the power of your eyes, Loz. I believe in you. So I'll stop that.
No, I can't remember.
Okay. Everyone else is like screaming it, like, "Hey, if you know what this meme is, please put it in the description below." Sure, YouTube's
No, it's not a meme. It's a reference to that guy.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Right, ready? Next one.
Right, next one. So, next one. Free Necros.
What?
Watching TennoCon at midnight because I'm in Poland. I don't need sleep. I need Necros. I hope you have gotten your Necros, whoever it is out there made this meme. It was worth it. Right. Meme number 3. A bit like meme number 1, to be honest. Probably a better version of it, but didn't get as many upvotes. Heading to the relays after the new skins drop. Mastery rank 24 fashion frames. Mastery 3 starter skins.
Oh.
We know it's true. Do you remember? I think there was a control-delete for this, like the same sort of thing.
Yes.
Like,
no, was
so
it?
You,
No. It's Penny Arcade. I swear it's Penny Arcade.
Penny Arcade. Yes, yeah. Spent a bit of money on Warframe, did you? Yeah, some. Right. Number 4. Yes, I only put this on so I can criticize it. This is basically always how it goes. Me getting good grades this fall, and then the Kubro comes in with its Imperium / Deviri / the New War. None of those are coming in the fall. Yeah.
I don't understand.
So the Grenier is about to shoot the Excalibur. So me getting good grades this fall, me shooting, getting good grades this fall, I'm about to get my shot, and then Imperium / Deviri / the New War come crashing through on the side and
with you.
Good grades, Grenier.
With you.
Number 4. Can't wait to play.
Wait, that was number 4.
Number 5. Sorry, I've missed one on the top. Number 5. Can't wait to play him.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a Dilky one.
Dilky, you're a legend.
Dilky is amazing. And oh yes, right. And then number 6. The arrogance of man, something.
Oh my god!
Power, strength, vaults.
Yeah.
Gorth in the Imperium demo.
Let them fight. Yep.
Let them fight. Yep. There we go. So that is the memes for this week. I will have to correct the links in the page, but yes, they will be there.
Cool.
There we go. That's the memes. Give me some community shout-outs.
I will, good sir. I will. Right. So our first community shout-out is this gorgeous... Is this gorgeous Equinox Prime by Complete Alienation. So
Whoa.
I believe this is a commission piece for someone else, but it still looks pretty damn epic.
Pretty damn epic indeed.
Right? Especially like the sun and the moon in the background. What the hell? Okay. So the next one, the second community shout out is this Mag Gauss by Afterburn. Actually, it's Afterburner, I think. So, but it's pixel art, and thus LOZ explodes. I'm getting hiccups again.
I love it.
Yep. So the third community shout out. Oh, but did I really forget to do that?
Yeah.
Hold on. Yep, there's the third one. I'm wondering if I've genuinely forgotten to save the others. So, right, so the third community shout out is LOZ. Can you read it out loud? Because I've covered the thing by accident.
Sajakun, working on a chibi thing of my Corpus, Excalibur, Kairos, and Frodbeck because I'm trash. JS, hashtag Warframe.
Yeah.
Have we got like Warframe smileys on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure since when we got like Warframe emotes for the Warframe hashtag, but like I'm certainly not against it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you click it and
yeah,
it just happened. I think it's just when you go hashtag Warframe, it just pops it there at the end.
I think it also happened with TennoCon as well. Like if we did hashtag TennoCon, it was appearing on the end as well. Which
maybe.
Because like when I was doing it while out there, I was just like, holy crap, this is absolutely amazing. So
that is cool.
Yeah. So the fourth community shout out, I'm going to put this over here now. The fourth community shout out is this lovely Limbo Limina by Valiant Heart. Yeah, so
Bombalist.
Yeah, so I need to investigate this more. There's something called the Warframe Art Project, which I know Valentina was working on to do the button stuff. So I think they've now expanded beyond just doing buttons. But yeah, so it was. I just thought, this was pretty damn awesome. I think
they were giving away buttons at Sunfest. Wow, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't get a button.
I think it was only to select people though. So no buttons for us, LOZ. We're not cool enough.
Clearly, they do have a lot of buttons though.
Yeah.
Can't believe they didn't have spares. There's a lot of buttons though.
So the
It
fifth.
also says giving away.
Yeah. The fifth community shout out is this Excalibur Proto Armor by Frosty for the same project. I thought this was actually quite nice and cool.
I like that. It's a simple, sleek design.
Yeah.
I love that in like a webcomic of that. That's so cool.
Don't talk to me about webcomics.
Maybe you should hire this person.
Maybe. No, don't give me ideas, Loz. I got projects I need to do, don't I?
We all got projects to do, Drew.
Right, so then the... Fred, what am I on? Sixth community shout-out is this gorgeous Tilregor JoJo mashup by Matt Duncan.
I'm gonna have to start JoJo again from the start again. I got pretty far and I'm just like, I've forgotten. So I'm gonna start again.
I wouldn't mind starting again.
I get this one. I get this reference. It's good. It's very good.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind starting again because like it's been absolutely forever since I watched the first season.
Yeah.
So right, and then the last and seventh community shout out is this Operator and Her Warframe by Francis Honeydew Yu.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I thought this was actually quite nice. And I'm not. I think that might be a
needs more
Valkyria.
Oh, is that no? That's definitely her, isn't it? Yeah, it says. Only 2 likes. This thing needs more likes.
Yeah.
You should like it.
MDRLOz, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. For you, Loz. I liked it. Wait, no, it's not
it's
liking.
definitely their art. Yeah, because they've got loads of art they've done in there.
And I retweeted it.
Good job, man.
Cool. Right, so that's it.
I don't go that far. Oh, this account's not that old. So they've only got a few pictures on it.
Yeah. So that's it for the community
Join
shout-outs.
2000. Okay, maybe they just don't use it. Okay, yeah.
Right. Now bringing
finish with a quote.
Yeah, finishing with the quote, bringing the episode to an end, and then we can go die from exhaustion. So
yeah,
Agricata, I'm not from Central Outer fucking Terminus. I didn't come here to shoot 20 Corpus crewmen in a K drive-by. I want a normal secondary for a normal Tenno. I'm not entirely sure if you've seen this film.
Oh, what's the setting?
Monday.
Is it gangster?
Nope.
Soldier?
Nope.
Policeman?
Nope.
Criminal?
Yes.
Okay, when was the film?
Oh, let me grab that for you, good sir.
Is it The Departed? You always have to check if it's The Departed.
What's The Departed?
I don't know. It's just Departed.
No, it's not The Departed.
When did the film come out?
I'm just getting it for you now. Oh, God, if I can bloody spell it. How the hell do you spell it?
What, the date?
That. No, not the date, the name of the film. 2008.
Oh, comedy or serious?
It's got comedy elements to it.
Like what, like Fast and Furious style?
I think they're more subtle. Like what this quote is referring to, not like in your face driving between towers or flying through the earth between towers.
Is it a British style film?
It's a lot more British than
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrel style? Or was it Hustle? What's the other one that's those two? Snatch.
Maybe it's like, oh God, it's like it did really, really well when it came out, but I know I didn't see it in the cinema and I was like, oh, this doesn't sound very good, but the name is like really off-putting, but it's actually a really good film. Do you want any of the actor names or do you want the original quote?
Give me an actor.
Give you an actor. It has Colin Farrell in it.
Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Trying to... Brendan Gleeson.
I got no clue. Do you want
the original quote first?
No, I don't think that's going to help unless there's something in there which might allude to the title.
No. It's in Bruges.
Oh, I've seen all of like 20 seconds of that film.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not entirely sure when in the film it is, but he's asking for a gun, and he gets handed an Uzi, and it's like, an Uzi? I'm not from Central Los fucking Angeles. I didn't come here to shoot down 20 10-year-olds in a drive-by. I want a normal gun for a normal person.
Yeah, I can see that. I assume you couldn't fake an Irish accent. Irish?
I don't know if he's the I don't know if Harry is it Harry. No, that's not the Colin Farrell's character. No.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the quote.
Fair quote.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's a film I have known of, but I have not seen. I really should find the time to see it at some point. Yep, yeah, that's good.
It's a good movie.
Right. That's it for this week's episode of 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We are a bit worn down this week, and we've probably been a bit reduced because of it. Hopefully we'll be back to our normal energetic selves with a guest next week.
Yep.
Can we say who the guest is? Who's the guest? No.
God, you're going to ask me. Calendar. It's all planned out. I've got it all planned out to like mid-September. That's not the calendar. Calendar.google. Let's have a look. Oh, it's the Patreon guest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I will be picking the Patreon winner probably Friday. So if you are actually a $5 patron or above, put your name in the list. I'll make sure this is announced on Discord and everything. And on Friday, I'll pick the actual winner. So you've got, unfortunately, it's only 2 days notice, but yeah. And then Saturday we'll record.
Cool.
Right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And
I hope everyone had enjoyed TennoCon 2019, because I feel some really good stuff in there. My complaints about release dates aside, because when it comes, it will be amazing. We can just know that to be a fact.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll see you next week. Please put some stuff in the comments description below, because I'd love to hear what other people thought.
I can get the end screen and bloody turn up.
Well, yeah. Oh, and just while he's saying that, click the cog in the annotations, the eye at the top, if you want to vote in the cards.
Yep, as you should do. Everyone should do. Vote in the cards. Cards. Cards.
Cards.
Cards.
Cards.
Cards.
Cards.
Cards.